Hey guys, this is my 1937 Dodge truck. I wanted to do a little update video to show you the progress on the build. So the major focus lately has been to try to get some floors into this truck. Here's some shots of the arts and crafts that I used to do some templating for the floors. And then this is the sheet metal that came out of those templates. I'm using 16 gauge sheet metal. It's a little thicker than most people use, but I did it because I didn't have a bead roller nor the skills to bead roll it. So that was why I use such thick metal. Here's kind of the first welds and kind of a little bit of cleanup on them. It's not the greatest welds, kind of a learning process as I go on this because I'm new to sheet metal and new to welding in floors in old trucks. So I'm learning as I go. So it's coming out pretty good. I think a little bit of paint, a little bit of grinding will make it pretty good. So here's a little further progress. I got most of the tunnel in by now and more of the welds kind of started to get cleaned up. I got the rocker area in with the channeling to kind of seal that up, and most of the welds all the way around on the driver's side. So it's starting to come out pretty good, I think. And then here's the arts and crafts for the other side, templating the passenger side so that I can get that in. This is a little bit easier because, well, I've done one and it's a little straighter on this side. The supporting structure ended up being just straight down the transmission because of the way the transmission lined up. So before I put the floors in, I had to make sure I had my cab mounts welded into the supporting structure. So I basically cut some 1/8 plate, welded into the 1x1 steel tubing to support my cab mounts through. So this is just me welding them in. Again, not a great welder, but they do the job and it works pretty good. This is the aftermath. Basically cleaned up, ready to go. When I flip the truck over to do the bottom, I'll finish up the welds that I can't get to at this point and make sure it's all solid, and also drill the holes to go through the floor for the actual bolts. I'm going to use some carriage bolts with some big washers. Should be pretty secure. This is the passenger side in with a little bit of cleanup. I still got a lot of welding to do around the edges, and I got to finish up the rest of the tunnel. There's kind of 3 pieces missing along the tunnel there. So this is the box that I purchased off of a 1940s Dodge truck. The 37 era had the whole steel bottom in it, and finding one that's in good enough condition that people are willing to part with separately is next to impossible. So I decided to go to a 40s era where they had the wooden beds to allow me to basically just get the panels, and then I could cut them down and figure out how to put them on the truck. So I just kind of slapped up the side panel to have an idea of how it would match the two different trucks together. I think it matches pretty good. Obviously the color isn't exactly correct, but I can live with it. I think it's matches kind of the style of the truck I'm going for. A little bit of a patchwork thing. So there's obviously a lot of fabrication to make this work. I got to cut it down in length and make it work with the coilovers and the width of the rear end of the truck. So, but I think it looks pretty good.